Hi again, everybody. This is Dave Stevens coming to you live from Radio Row for the Disability Channel, and this is an honor to have a Packers legend, but now Hall of Famer, Jerry Kramer. Jerry, thanks for joining us today. Welcome. How many Super Bowls is this for you to just come to, besides the first one that you played in?
I don't know, but I get a special kick out of the Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer. It kind of goes together. Feels good.
Yeah, you know.
I'm still enjoying the newness of it all.
You've been a part of the Wounded Warrior Amputee football team for a long time, and we've been to a lot of Super Bowls together. But when you finally got that call to Canton, you've been waiting and waiting. We all thought you were going to get it, and you actually were able to live and see yourself get in there. I mean, what was that like?
Well, it was, first of all, there's a disbelief. You know, you get a call, you've been nominated. Oh, great. This is the 11th time I've been nominated. I'm not going to make any plans. I'm not, going to tell anybody. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to get excited about it, first of all. So it's nice. Okay, it's another honor. It's another nomination, and that's nice. That's pleasant. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. You know, I've been up and down like a toilet seat for so long. So then we went to the Minnesota for the ball game and to find out whether we make it or not. Mr. Baker, the chairman of the Hall of Fame, told us that if we were nominated, he would knock on the door. And if we weren't nominated, the janitor would knock on the door and move our stuff out of the room, right? So I've got my family. I got 15 people in the room, and we're all chattering a little bit, and knock on the door comes. And so everybody's cheering and yahoo and yippity dippity, and I'm excited, and I open the door, and it's the maid. And she's wanting us to get out of the room, right? What is going on here? And her eyes are like a deer in the headlight, right? What's going on? So we get rid of the maid, and things get real quiet. And it's getting a little late in the day, and maybe it's not going to happen now, and some negative things start to seep in, and there's a booming at the door. I mean, this is like thunder. Mr. Baker is 6'9", 400 pounds.
If you don't know what he looks like, imagine Babe Ruth, only bigger, because he looks a lot like Babe Ruth. Sometimes I confuse him like Babe is here, but yeah, imagine when he knocked on that door, the door almost fell in, right?
Yeah, well, it was a boomer. It really was. So I opened the door, and I saw the media behind him. They had a half a dozen cameras and stuff following him, and I saw him, and it wasn't the janitor. And I gave him a big hug, and I said, "You are the most beautiful man I have ever seen, ever, at any time, any place." So it was a wonderful moment, and it's been just a fairy tale ever since. There's been some wonderful experiences, and so many of the guys have come up to me and, "Jerry, you used to be my idol. I used to do what you did." Some of the guards, right? Not many quarterbacks do that, but some of the guards. And so it's just been a wonderful treat and a joy. And I'm awfully excited about it and awfully pleased about it, and can't really grab enough words to let you know how I feel.
I thought you'd be wearing your it looks like a real estate coat, but you see that big bright mustard colored golden jacket.
So not mustard.
Now you're part of a fraternity in the Hall of Fame, but you're even more exclusive as playing in the very first Super Bowl. So compared to what this immenseness is, what was that like? I mean, in those days it was televised on 2 networks. Nobody really knew about it. They didn't know what to call it.
Well, we had won 3 championships prior to the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl was a new game. And, of course, we're going to play Kansas City. And we're watching films the night before the game, or Thursday night probably before the Sunday game. And 2 of the safeties from the Kansas City Chiefs run together, and they knock themselves down. And McGee is, of course, watching the safeties. He goes, run that back. Watch this, guys. So they run the film back, and Max goes, na 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 na. Start singing
like Looney Tunes
and merry melodies, right? And so we didn't know who they were. We really no one that we knew had ever played against them, so we had nobody to judge them against. And so we're taking it kind of lightly. And this is again our 4th championship experience, so we're not really Fame, and Buck Buchanan, who's about 6'8" and 300 pounds, and Bobby Bell and E.J. Holub and Johnny Robinson, and they got quite a football team. And we found that out in the first half. And the second half, we got serious and knew we had a game to play. So there weren't that many people there. There were like 10,000 empty seats. And I actually bought 4 tickets for some of my nephews that lived in the California area.
Like $5 a pop or something?
10.
Yeah, 10. Ooh.
Big money, big money. And they didn't show up. So I gave the tickets to some kids at the gate. There were 4 or 5 kids playing around the gate. You guys want some tickets? Yeah. So I priced some tickets last week. They were like $1,800 to $2,000 for nosebleed seats in the upper deck per seat. So I thought, well, I know there's some inflation, but this is incredible.
Oh, wow.
So it's been quite a change.
That's what a great story. And you've played, you've done everything in this game. You're a Hall of Famer, but you're here today for a reason, not just to see my pretty face. You're here representing a couple of important things.
Yeah, I've got a friend named BJ Gannon.
He just walked in here.
Just walked in, and he's got an organization that is working with wounded vets and wounded warriors. And BJ and I both, he's been working a lot longer than I have. In fact, he lost a leg in Vietnam, I believe. But he's been wounded, and he's been working to help other vets. And he has come up with a scheme to use guide dogs and to help every vet. Like 300,000 vets suffer from emotional issues or physical issues,
PTSD and everything that goes along with that. Yeah,
issues. Yeah, and a dog, is non-judgmental, and he puts his head on your lap and looks up in your eyes and loves you, and it's just a wonderful companion, and it helps the vets. It helps them feel better. So he's been doing that for 2 or 3 years now, and I got involved with him a long time ago, trying to do something with the wounded warriors.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out all that well, but I guess it's still okay.
Yeah, I mean, BJ's here. We're going to talk to him later. Blue Buffalo is helping him with the Sierra Delta and the dog. I mean, it's such a great thing that these veterans need, because sometimes they forget about them, and they've done the ultimate sacrifice for their country. So it's really nice for you to be a part of that and to help get that word out there.
Well, Blue Buffalo is doing a wonderful job. They were a great food. Pet food. They're number one.
I've even tasted it. It's not too bad.
Well, I haven't gone that far, but I understand it's just an absolutely sensational product, and I'm very proud to be associated with it. And I have been a dog guy most of my life. A big Chesapeake Retriever came and laid on our porch in Salt Lake when I was 9 years old, and he wouldn't go home. And his owner came and got him 3 or 4 times, and he'd come back. And finally, the guy goes, well, you keep him. He wants to live with you. So I understand. I've hunted with dogs a long time, and I've had dogs all my life, and I understand the intelligence of a dog and the nature of the dog. They just, no matter what you do, they love you.
Right.
And they want to be there with you. So I think it's a great match, and I think it's a wonderful thing that BJ and the guys are doing, and Blue Delta.
Yeah.
Blue Buffalo, I'm sorry.
And Sierra Delta and Blue Buffalo. They're just such great organizations.
Yeah.
Now, we almost had the dream matchup that the league would have wanted, the 100 years of football, 54 Super Bowls. It would have been the Chiefs and the Packers. I'm sorry for your loss. I was really pulling for them to get here. But do you have any predictions on the game? Do you follow it too much anymore?
Well, I've been watching it not nearly as closely as I had in the past, but I love the game, and I enjoy watching it. And I'm watching that San Francisco game, and I think that the Packers have got a shot, and I'm amazed at their record, 13-3 for a first-year coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we went 7-5 with Coach Lombardi, his first year, right?
You remember that name Lombardi? He was kind of famous.
Yeah, he was around for a while, but I was stunned at their record. I thought I didn't think they could get anywhere near the playoffs this year. Yeah. So I was very pleased that they did, but then the game itself was not executed all that well. They weren't quite.
They didn't seem prepared, but I don't know if
have
Kansas
that
City
emotion,
did something
didn't have
different.
That fire, that burn, that need, that want, that hunger, and so I was disappointed with the loss. But a couple of days later, I goes, well, it was a hell of a season.
Yeah.
We did really well, and we may have us a coach. It certainly looks like we've got a guy that knows what he's doing and knows how to do it. So I am looking at the season as a success.
Great.
And anxious about next year and the year after, and hopefully we can get back to the big dance and maybe be a part of it. So,
I hope you're here for that. It's great.
It'd be fun.
So this is Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer. I don't think that's ever going to get old hearing that ring, right?
I am not tired of it.
All right. Jerry Kramer, a legend, a guard with the Packers when football was played by men, and you paid the price, but now you are a Hall of Famer and you have your bust in Canton. And did it look anything like you when you saw the bust?
It was a strange thing to see my bust. I'm going, this is what presidents do, and famous.
And you were alive, so it wasn't like
yeah.
it was a tribute after the fact.
Yeah. So the kids loved it, and Mama loved it, and I loved it, and it did look like me. The sculptor actually came to the house in Boise and spent an afternoon with us and worked on a clay model.
Oh, wow.
And the kids all got to kick their ideas in, and Mama got to talk about her ideas. So it was a family affair, which was awfully nice,
That's
to
awesome.
have them involved.
Well, Jerry Kramer is here. Are you here all week, or are you heading out?
I'm here.
You probably have
Monday.
to do some Hall of Fame stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jerry Kramer joining us again from Radio Row. Thank you to our sponsors, Paws and Claws. Go to pawsandclawsnaturals.com. It's great CBD that anybody can use for pets, humans, anything. So this is Dave Stevens live from Radio Row. We'll have some great guests. We got Brian Billick coming up in a little bit, and we'll have Lee Steinberg coming up at 1 o'clock. So stay tuned right here for the Disability Channel.